Something's a bit weird on YouTube, more so than usual I mean. It started back on August 13th when they dropped a new AI update, and my Ninja Gaiden Ragebound Fully Ramblematic that came out that very day saw unusually low views, like it didn't crack 100k for over a week. That was unheard of for my stuff.
For whatever reason, on August 1st, even talking about Assassin's Creed and stuff, it all just like the faucet just stopped. And after I reviewed everything I was doing, I was like, okay, I don't feel like it's me. Let me start reaching out to other YouTubers to see if they're feeling the same way. And sure as shit, it was across the board, and it's only gotten worse.
In order for YouTube to function, this is how it has to go. Sometimes it's going to make mistakes, but hopefully it doesn't make mistakes constantly. And hopefully it doesn't make mistakes that are so large and inconsistent and confusing that it takes over the entire platform, which is what we're seeing now.
It has affected us now.
Yeah, there's lots of comments under the video from big YouTubers, much bigger than us, and they're all saying, yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. So this is pretty widely affecting big channels that you watch. You may be missing videos of theirs and you've been completely unaware because this is something that was implemented without really notifying anyone.
It's pretty much beyond any doubt now that YouTube has mechanics to influence channels positively or negatively. But what's been happening recently is that everyone is getting f***ed. And this isn't even like, Shad Diversity complaining about falling off, which he has been complaining about that for years. And maybe he has had his thumb placed on the scale. Maybe YouTube is actively f***ing him. Possibly. Maybe he's an oversaturated market, because that's often the counter argument, right?
Yeah, subscribership means nothing.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but YouTube has made some changes.
Something within YouTube itself has changed. The algorithm has changed. Something has changed, and whatever it is, it's not helping.
Here's kind of what's going on. The social platforms, all of the social platforms, they are deprioritizing content.
Something strange is happening on YouTube. They just made a big update on their algorithm, and I've never seen anything like this in my 10 years on YouTube.
Social media and YouTube is rapidly changing.
I think the unintended consequence will be they are probably going to kill YouTubers the way we know them today.
The kind of video and topic that used to get at least 100,000 views, off more, now tends to be stuck at 20, 30, 40, something like that.
These numbers now, followers, subscribers, size of network, are useless.
That it used to be way higher and now keeps going down and down and down and down and down. Makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. It makes you feel like no matter what you do, no matter what improvements you try to make.
Basically, what you're saying is that we are seeing more content from strangers than we are from the channels we're subscribed to.
They are deprioritizing content from the friends, for example, if it's a social network. They're deprioritizing it from businesses, and they're also deprioritizing it from subscribers. And everybody on YouTube that has worked really hard to grow a big subscriber base can understand this. And Sean, you know this really well, right? You've got like 1 million plus subscribers on one of your channels, and you and I both know that they do not see ever all of the content, despite all this work and all these years of work that you put in.
Yikes. So I think you all know, just based on the title of this video and the insane amount of clips that I just played on here, credit to a channel called Shadiversity for putting all of those together. YouTube is being a little weird, to say the least. Now, straight away, I want to highlight here that the problem in a lot of these cases that people are talking about, and a lot of the cases that came from, those clips that I just played a lot of, is that YouTube doesn't recommend their videos. And a big part of that is that YouTube does not recommend their videos to their own subscribers, which is bad, to say the least. This is part of a wider thing that YouTube has apparently started doing, where they will recommend what they think is popular. Like, for example, go on your YouTube homepage right now. There's a lot of stuff on there that is from people you've never seen before, right? a whole lot of stuff that you probably aren't even interested in. And that's because, regardless of what you're subscribed to, regardless of, the recommendations that you want YouTube to give you and that, you may have let YouTube know about, that basically you're saying, hey, I am interested in this type of content. I'm interested in this niche. Please recommend me more of this. YouTube doesn't really care. YouTube doesn't really do that anymore. And it's causing a lot of channels to die off, as you can imagine it would, right? For a lot of high production channels, such as Shadiversity, which is again the channel that I got all of those clips from, that compilation from, he does a lot of sword content, and obviously that is a very niche subject, especially on YouTube, but for quite a while, it did work, just because YouTube would actually recommend his subscribers his videos. And so despite the fact that his content is in a very niche corner of YouTube, right, that is almost never going to hit the trending page, it was sustainable. He got like 150,000 views per video for a good little while, at least in his career, right? And he would get the occasional multi-million view video as well. For context, Shadiversity is a channel with well over 1.5 million subscribers. And nowadays, he would be lucky to break 100,000 views. Honestly, he would be lucky to break 50,000. And it is because YouTube is just not recommending the content, right? In the case of Shadiversity and in the case of myself, I've even seen this on my channel. Obviously, I'm a very, very small channel. Like, I'm at least considered to a lot of these other people, especially from the compilation, I am a baby. But even I've seen this, and the way I've seen it is by looking at my impressions. Basically, if you don't know what an impression is it's every time YouTube shows someone your video, be it on the homepage or wherever, for the first time. That is what is known as an impression. When people click on that video and stay there for more than however many seconds, I don't know, that counts as a view. So your click-through rate is like the rate of like how many impressions does it take for this video to get one view, right? And over the course of my channel, I've seen that rate fluctuate a lot, and I've only just recently learned why, and it's because of this. YouTube chooses what it's going to recommend, and usually it chooses based on whatever YouTube decides is popular. For me, for my personal experience, I would see a click-through rate on a video, a click-through rate of like 3.2, let's say, and YouTube analytics would tell me that that is mid or bad. But then on another video, I would see a click-through rate of like 1.2, just as an example, and YouTube analytics would tell me that that's good. And for a good long while, I was a little stumped by that. I didn't know why the heck that was happening. It's all because of the amount of impressions that those particular videos were getting. Basically, more impressions a video gets means that, YouTube's actually recommending it. And that number is fluctuating a lot with me. It's definitely fluctuating a lot with these bigger people that have actually like tried to build a business on their channel, and as a result of that, it's making such things impossible to do. Now, yes, I am monetized here. I make ad revenue, but is the ad revenue good enough for me to build a small business off of this channel? Is it enough to provide as like a side job? No. Now imagine that type of situation with a larger channel that has a lot of production cost per video, where the ad revenue is so bad that the production cost of making the video itself no longer outweighs the revenue that it generates once it ends up on YouTube. That sounds like a recipe for losing money to me, gang. So that is what causes a lot of these channels to die and dissipate into the nothingness of the void. Now, why am I making this video? I'm making this video because it's not to say that my channel is dying, and it's not to say that, this is the end of of YouTube as we know it. But what I am saying is that for a lot of these people that are, you know, speaking out about this, and a lot of them that I included in the little compilation at the beginning of this one, it is pretty freaking detrimental to say the least. They can no longer sustain themselves in the way that they have been for years in some cases, despite the fact that they've worked so hard and created such a large subscriber fan base, because let's face the music here, gang, subscriber count doesn't matter because YouTube does not want to recommend your videos to your subscribers anymore. They just don't, for whatever reason. Again, go on your homepage, right? And that is causing a lot of these channels that we know and love to die. I want to make very clear this is not the case for this channel here. I am still a baby, right? My ad revenue is going to be bad either way. I am still just doing this just because I like to. The biggest thing that we can do here to fight this issue, because I'm also not going to say that it's not an issue that I've been having, because it is an issue that I've been having, is by utilizing channel memberships, right? Because that is pretty much a guaranteed form of revenue. It's guaranteed in a way that ad revenue is just not anymore because of this recommendation issue. Now, before I continue on with that point any longer, this video here, this one, will actually probably get a decent amount of views. And the reason is because it's drama, okay? People are more likely to click on drama. People are more likely to click on a big thumbnail that has some sort of provocative, interesting statement on it, right? Obviously, this is not the case for my channel as a whole. I do gaming videos on here, okay? Like, so I just wanted to clear that up. However many views that this video gets is not the norm. It's not, and you can see that on my channel page. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, memberships. Guys, I don't want anyone to feel like they have to be a member. Okay, that's not why I'm saying this, but it is the single best way that we can essentially fight this issue. In the case of my channel, I've made my memberships as cheap as I can possibly make them, which is 99 cents a month. You get access to exclusive content, and you get access to content before everyone else does, as well as an exclusive highlighted name in comments and on live streams, as well as some exclusive funny little derpy little channel emojis that I have made that I think are pretty goofy, and I like making them. Will that still fix the recommendation issue necessarily? No. Will it fix the revenue issue? Yes, it will. So SkyDee, how do we fix the recommendation issue? I'm glad you asked. We can't really, but the thing that we can do here to kind of tide it over and actually make sure that you guys actually see my videos, those of you that have subscribed because you want to continue seeing my videos and are not as a result of this issue, as a result of, you know, why I'm making this one. A great way to tide that over is turning on post notifications and just using your notifications bar or your subscriptions page. Everything I post will appear on there for sure. Don't count on my stuff that I post to end up on your homepage if you are subscribed to me. That's the lesson that we're learning here, gang, is that YouTube just does not do that anymore. YouTube recommends you what it thinks should be popular. It doesn't recommend you what you're interested in, necessarily. And so that's why I'm having to make this video. That's why I'm having to say the things I've had to say about memberships, and that's why I'm having to say the things that I'm saying about turning on notifications. Notifications are still a great way to ensure that you do not miss any content, not just on my channel, but on every channel that you are subscribed to, that you are actually interested in, that you actually want to watch. And that's pretty much it, gang. For a lot of people that have been on YouTube for many years and have made essentially a small business out of their channel, it is becoming less and less reliant on ad revenue in order to sustain itself just because of this recommendation issue. Obviously, the more views a video gets, the more revenue it will make from ads. But if those impressions are low, those views are going to be low, and that ad revenue is in turn going to be low. And now we've gone full circle back to memberships, right? So I don't want to put an outro on this one. I just don't really. Instead, I want to verbally thank the members that I do have. And here they are. We got the Sussybacas, Crispy Bacon, Tristan Presley, and Manwato Manners in that order from the people that have been a member the longest to the shortest amount of time. Now, I know all of these people personally, and I still want to thank all of you guys because you guys are the inner circle. You guys are a good chunk of the revenue that this channel does make. I mean, aside from the Iron Man video, right? But anyway, that is how I wanted to end this one. It didn't feel right putting an outro on the back of this one, essentially complaining about the state of YouTube with, you know, happy-go-lucky music and nice, cool animations in a sky blue background. I don't want to do that with this one. So thank you to the members that I do have. And if you would like to become a member, you can at any time. Again, 99 cents a month. It is a great way to support this channel, although I do want to say no one has to, and you definitely don't have to if you don't, you know, if you're new here, I would encourage you to watch some of my content, at least some of my recent content, and decide for yourself if that's something you want to do. Again, you don't have to, but if you did, that would be really cool. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. It won't be like this one, I promise. Take care. Bye-bye.